writing skills, speech writing. Hello, dear students and dear friends. Today I am going to discuss one of the most important writing skills, and that is speech writing. Friends, speech writing is very important for standard 11 and standard 12. In your activity sheet of English, in the question on writing skills, surely you will be asked to write a speech or to prepare a speech for 4 marks. Friends, particularly for standard 12, speech writing will be asked in question number 4C for 4 marks. Now, what type of question will be there in your activity sheet of English on speech writing? The question for speech writing will be like this: your college has organized the tree plantation program in your junior college. As a class representative, prepare a speech in about 100 words to be delivered in your college to motivate the students to participate in the tree plantation program, highlighting the importance of trees with the help of following points, or you may use the following points, and below this you will be given some 4 important points, and with the help of these given points in your question paper, you have to prepare a speech on the situation given in question. Now, how to write a speech? Friends, as far as the speech writing is concerned, it is very easy and simple writing skills. I repeat, as far as speech writing is concerned, speech writing is very easy and simple to write. Just you have to keep in mind 6 parts by following which you can write speech on any topic or on any subject or on any situation. Friends, whatever may be the topic for your speech, whatever may be the situation for your speech, you can write speech in your answer book by following these 6 parts. Even though the subject differs, but the way of writing speech is the same. So the content of the speech will change according to the subject or the topic or the situation of the speech, but the way of writing speech, the format of the speech will not change. So dear friends, you can write speech on any subject or on any topic by following these 6 parts. These 6 parts of the speech are: number 1, title; number 2, address to audience; number 3, beginning para; number 4, body para. Number 5, closing para. And number 6, note of thanks. I repeat, you can write speech on any subject or on any topic or on any given situation by following these 6 parts. And these 6 parts are: number 1, title; number 2, address to audience; number 3, beginning para; number 4, body para; number 5, closing para; and number 6, note of thanks. Now, how to write speech on the given question or on the given situation or on the given topic with the help of these 6 important parts of the speech. How to write the answer of the speech by following these 6 parts, or in simple words, how to write the answer of this question or activity of speech writing in your answer book. Number 1, before writing answer, read the question and the points that are given in your question in activity sheet of English. I repeat, before writing speech, read the question and the points given below in the question for speech writing properly, and understand what is the subject of the speech, what is the situation for your speech, and what important points are given to you to write. This is first thing. Understand, or before writing speech, understand these 3 things. Number 1, understand the situation or the subject on which you are asked to write a speech. Understand the points that are given in the question to write the speech. So, understand the situation for your speech. Number 2, understand the subject or topic of your speech. And number 3, understand the points that are given in the question paper, in the question itself, to write the speech. After understanding of these 3 things, then you go for writing speech. Then number 2, after writing question number, give the title. Give the title. Now, as far as title is concerned, title is always related to the subject of the speech, and many times it is there in the question itself. But I give you certain important hints about the title. I tell you certain important points about the title. While giving title, you must take into account these 4 things. You must consider these 4 things. Number 1, title should be short and sweet. Means title should have minimum number of precise words. Title should have exact words, and it should sweet means it should be catchy. It should attract the attention of the readers. It should attract the audience, attraction of the readers. Means title should be precise. It should not have many words. It should have exact words, and it should be very impressive and attractive, that can attract the attention of the readers, and that means short and sweet. So this is first point. Title should be short and sweet. Number 2, title should be related to the subject of your speech. Your title of speech should be related to the subject of your speech. Number 3, title should be written at the top and at the middle above your speech or above your answer. Title should be written at the top and at the middle above your answer or above your speech. And number 4, while writing the title of your speech or for your answer, write every first letter of each word in title in capital. So following these 4 points, you should give the title. This is first part of the speech. After title, you skip 2 lines, leave 2 lines, and then write the second part of the speech, that is address to audience. Address to audience means addressing the audience to whom you are addressing in your speech according to situation or subject of your speech. Address to audience means mentioning the persons whom you are addressing or to whom you are delivering your speech according to situation and the subject. This is what address to audience is. So after the title of the speech, skip 2 lines, leave 2 lines, and then on the next line, starting from the margin at the left side, start writing address to audience. I repeat, after title, skip 2 lines, and then at the left side, starting from the margin or start beside the margin and write the address to audience like honorable principal, respected teachers, and dear friends, comma. After the address to audience or at the end of the address to audience, there should be comma. At the end of the address to audience, there should be comma. So this address to audience will also change according to subject or according to situation of the speech, according to topic of the speech, or according to subject of the speech. After address to audience comes the third part of the speech. The third part of the speech is beginning para. After address to audience, make paragraph on the next line containing 3 to 4 complete sentences only. After address to audience, on the next line, now don't skip line, make paragraph on the next line containing 3 to 4 complete sentences, and in this one uniform para of 3 to 4 complete sentences, you have to introduce the subject of your speech. In this first beginning para, you will have to introduce the subject of your speech properly, because introduction is very important in speech and it has 1 mark. So you have to introduce your speech properly in the first beginning para. While introducing the subject of your speech, you can take the help of the points in question that are given in question paper. You can use the quotations made by the great philosophers, great leaders, great authors, great scientists. You can also use various famous lines from the poems of very renowned poets. You can also use the subhashitas from Sanskrit, or you can also use certain proverbs. But most of all, you will have to write all these quotations into single inverted comma, and they should not be written into Devanagari script. They should be written into English script only. Means, even though the quotations are from Marathi, even though the lines that you are quoting in your speech are from Hindi or from Marathi, you should not write them in either Marathi or in Hindi in your speech, because you are writing English paper. You should not write them in Marathi or in Hindi in Devanagari script. You will have to write them into English script. You will have to write them into English, and again you will have to write these quotations and the lines from the poems of other poets into single inverted comma. And by using these quotations of the great legends or the great political persons or the authors or the philosophers or the scientists, and using some of the famous lines from the famous poems of the renowned poets, or some of the lines from the Abhangas of the great saints and Subhashitas, you can introduce the subject of your speech in 3 to 4 complete sentences in the first beginning para. After beginning para comes the next part of the speech, and that is the fourth part of the speech, that is body para. Body para is the second paragraph of our speech that should have 8 to 10 complete sentences, not the lines. Body para is the second para of your speech that comes after the beginning para. So after beginning para, make paragraph on the next line containing 8 to 10 complete sentences, and in this one uniform para of 8 to 10 complete sentences, you will have to describe the subject of your speech or explain the subject of your speech or give information about the subject of your speech using the points that are given in your question paper, and illustrations, examples, instances, figures and facts. I repeat, in the body para, you will have to describe the subject of your speech or explain the subject of your speech or give information about the subject of your speech by using 3 things. Number 1, you have to use the points, main points given in the question paper, or you can also use the quotations of the great philosophers, scientists or authors or leaders, or the lines from the poems of great poems or proverbs. And number 3, you have to explain, or you can explain the subject of your speech or describe the subject of your speech by using facts, some figures, some examples and some illustrations or instances. By using these 3 things, you will have to explain or describe the subject of your speech in 8 to 10 complete sentences and make one uniform para. This is body para. Then the 5th part of your speech is closing para. Closing para is the last paragraph of your speech. In this closing para, you will have to end your speech, conclude your speech according to subject. So after body para, make paragraph on the next line containing 3 to 4 complete sentences and conclude your speech according to the subject. So in this closing para, you will have to end or sum up your speech according to the subject or the topic of your speech in 3 to 4 complete sentences. This closing of the speech is also very important. This closing of the speech should be related to the subject of the speech. Don't sum up, don't conclude your speech abruptly, suddenly. End your speech, conclude your speech, sum up your speech properly according to the subject or situation for your speech or situation of your speech. After this closing para, you will have to, one more thing that you have to keep in mind about closing para. Sometimes in closing para, you will have to request or you will have to appeal the audience according to situation. Sometimes in your speech, you will have to appeal your audience regarding the topic given for your speech. In such a situation, you will have to appeal the audience. You will have to make the appeal to the audience in the closing para of the speech according to subject and situation of your speech. After closing para comes the sixth and the last part of the speech, that is note of thanks. Note of thanks is the last part of your speech. After closing para, skip one line and make paragraph and write the words thank you. I repeat, after closing para, skip one line, leave one line and making paragraph, write the words thank you, full stop. So thank you should be the last words of your speech. Friends, here you will have to write thank you only, because thanking you, comma, is written or is used for written forms or for written communication like letters, emails or fax. So when we write something like letter or email or fax, then we have to write thanking you, comma. But for oral forms, we'll have to use thank you. Means when we write speech or when we write dialogues or when we write conversation, we'll have to write thank you. So don't write thanking you here in speech, as it is oral form or it is oral communication. So friends, by following these 6 parts, you will have to write speech on the given situation and the given subjects. In simple words, my dears, you can write speech on any subject or on any situation with the help of these 6 points. Now, what things you should keep in mind as far as the speech writing is concerned? As far as your speech writing is concerned, the first important thing is that all your ideas in your speech or all your ideas that you present in your speech should have logical sequence. All your ideas that you explain, that you present in your speech, that you pour out in your speech should have proper sequence, should have proper order. Second important thing, your speech should have proper introduction. Your speech should have proper introduction. Third important thing, your speech should end properly. Your speech should have proper end. Fourth important thing, your speech should have proper paragraphs, and all these paragraphs should be made at proper level, in one level, and they should be joined beside the margin at proper level. By following these 5 important points, 5 important things, you can write speech on any subject. Now dear students, as the topic or the subject of the speech and the situation of the speech changes, the content of the speech will change. The title will change, the address to the audience will change, beginning para will change a little bit, body para will change, closing para will change, but the way of writing speech will remain same. The way of writing speech will remain same. You can write speech on any topic, on any situation with the help of these 6 parts or 6 points. As the topic changes, only the content will change. As the situation of speech changes, only the content will change. Now dear friends, in what way you are allotted the marks for speech writing out of 4 marks? As far as speech writing is concerned, 2 marks are there for logical sequence of ideas. 1 mark is there for introduction of the subject in speech, and 1 mark is there for conclusion of the speech or in the speech. I repeat, you are here explain the distribution of the marks. Speech writing is for 4 marks. Now how you are allotted these 4 marks? In what way you are given the 4 marks? 2 marks for logical sequence of ideas in your speech, means how you have presented your ideas in a proper sequence. 2 marks are there for that. 1 mark for introduction of the subject, and 1 mark for conclusion. So these are the 4 points by following which you are given the 4 marks out of 4 for speech writing by the examiner. So friends, here we have finished speech writing. You will have to practice more and more for speech writing at home. Write different speeches on different situations and subjects with the help of the points I explained in this lecture. So friends, I rest here. In my next video lecture, I will discuss another writing skill. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.